Hello there, this is Darth Rabbit07 coming to you today with another quick review. I had an in-store find that doesn't happen much more here than this day and time. I found Wingtail and Blue Booster. These are the Sonic the Hedgehog collabs for 2025. I think it's called Blue something on the side of the box, and there's 2 per pack. There's 4 total in the store, so there are 1 less tonight, 3 left. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. All the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn this around, take a closer look at this new collab. And here is Sonic and Tails, or Wingtail and Blue Booster in their box. Very brightly packaged. Really like what all I see there. I love Sonic the Hedgehog games. And you got, boom, you got that top of the box. You got the bottom sleeves and piles of skin there to help you find yours in store. But they're either on U-boats and or in their own little designated spot there on the shelf. There's that. Back of the box, we got 27 steps for Blue Booster and 32 for Wingtail. Can't believe he is bigger. And then just the way it goes in the box, unless it's mistransformed, he looks small here, he looks bigger there. So pretty wild how all that works out. The game and Sonic. Let's crack it up. What's all in the box? You get the instructions. One side is the Blue Booster, the other side is Wingtails. A lot of involved steps for 2 smaller bots, and I've got them not like you see on the back of the box, but how I like them, and just early impressions are really rough, guys. I was so looking forward to this set once I heard about it and whatnot, but then yeah, so you got the 2 tails there for Tails, and then he looks very Captain America with that shield there. And yeah, it's kind of rough, but let's take a look at each bot individually.
Here is Sonic on the turntable with the more Hasbro config, where you got the item ball here that you can switch around and have an Autobot symbol there. It's kind of a neat little thing. It ain't going to hold my attention much longer, but you got a power ring that's actually in the form of a shield. That's where it kind of looks like Captain America. And you got another deluxe class. As I was mentioning in the Timelines review, these collabs, exclusives, and this kind of thing, they keep on getting dealt the deluxe class shortcomings. And what I mean by that there is these hollow bits and these lack of articulation, but it's part of the transformation. I mean, this should never be a thing. It should be able to rotate and still do the stuff if it's going to be a transformation joint. These should be filled in and solid. I do like the paintwork that is used there. You do get upper bicep above the elbow, that much in the elbow, and then just, that's ugly. I like having the little port things to do this stuff and things there. You got a really pretty head. Even though it looks very rebucnitized, you do get it on a ball, so you can get some wiggly woggly, some attitude that Sonic's known for. Just the blue visor, no eyes painted in, and a very nicely detailed head. If you can get that all the way around there, you can see all that. He does kind of get in the way of himself from his kart mode pieces, and it is from his kart game, like Mario Kart, but it's I think it's called Sonic Racing or something or other. You do get the hollow legs, like all the way down through there, which is just really ugly. I'd like to have had another piece like the Optimus and the Timelines that cover up this kind of stuff. If you're going to do a combiner ward kind of joint, that should be a 4th dot, and it does click into place good, and the tolerances are pretty tight there. You can get some upward movement just barely there, but you're not going to get a full Mr. T with the shoulders and stuff. I'm all over the place. You get all the way around there at the arm, and as long as you display it like that, you're all right. But if you look at it from the back, it just looks like a holy mess. And or, I mean, you're not going to display it like that, but I mean, it's aggravating. You do get all the way around at the waist due to transformation. And then you do also get, let's see, I gotta get it right back way up that way. You get that much going this way. You get this much going back that way. And if you can get the arms up out of the way, you can get a full band damage. Very painful all the same. But these combiner worst kind of things and it not locking into place, it will tend to flop and shift out of place a little bit. Upper thigh. and then the transformation joint, and that gets in the way there. So I just think this could be done better if it was in a Voyager class instead of the deluxe class, because they just want to shoehorn this in, and like the Studio Series Deluxes, they just lose articulation, which in this day and age, it's the year 2025, that should not be a thing. That's about going to do it for Sonic there, and look at that holy mess on the bottom. Anyway, let's go take a look at Tails real quick. And it's more of the same there, and you got like the same thing that's going on with Starscream. You got kibble that gets in the way throughout, so that's going to hinder the articulation there. The arms will not go all the way around. You got that ugly waffly mess in the insides. Look at it from outside, it looks okay. These bits will pop off at nothing. So I mean, it's just more of the poorest engineering. They like Earthspark stuff in. That's a really nice Tails head sculpt. And you can get it, it's on that ball. See, they do like this right here, but then they don't allow you to actually look up. And with him kind of being a flying transformer, and I probably will go back through here and take off some more bits and or get it to where he can actually look up and show his looking up pose. I mean, he can kind of, oh, see, he can't, it popped off, and it should not have to pop off. It's just the way that they just shoehorn the design stuff in. Propeller spins like a champ. He does get all the way around at the waist, but it can be hindered, and more than, even though this wrapped around itself to transform and what have you, that's still no freaking excuse in the year 2025 to have that much waffly, the screws not covered up, and those awfully waffly feet. And in the plane mode, when we get there, you'll see that it just sticks out. It doesn't really even try to hide itself. With all that said and done, that's Sonic and Tails in their bot modes. And let's get on into vehicle mode now. Here they are in their vehicle mode, looking pretty good. The power up actually looks like a power up, like Sonic can just come along and pop it and or drive over it. You do got on the adverse side, just it looks like a ring sitting around waiting to be collected, and it doesn't really store in either one of these vehicle modes whatsoever. So we're gonna put that off to the side there. You do get Sonic's car from Sonic Adventure Racing. I couldn't come up with that name a while ago. And the ugliest thing is those hubs on each side. A little bit of, I just feel it, yeah. And then visible hands as mufflers. Yeah, I mean, you can put some blast effects if you want to, because it is 5mm ports. But it's sloppily done. And then how the bottom of it does and works out. At least the head is all concealed up there. Can't see it whatsoever. And it does look like his kart from the game. So really, really nice. Only thing is you don't have, him driving it. He's been roboticized. And then you got Tails' plane mode, and this thing does look pretty good, faithful to the game, and it's got a nice, prop job. This is like two figures that's been like biplane-esque, that Starscream and now this. And I got the extra fuel tank at thrusters, not on the bottom there. I'd like to have another one of these just to set it over here and make it look like it's super fast Tails flying through the air. The head's concealed. You do get just a touch of yellow there and some yellow on the prop, but for the most part you can't see the fox that's within. You can see his shoe sticking out on the bottom and the hands right there too. But if you had something else, you could probably even stick that guy right there and have it pew-pewing going along through there and shoot its prop out. But that's about going to do it. These landing gear will retract due to transformation, which is a nice thing, but this is not rolling wheels. It's just plastic shoehorned in. Cost cutting, deluxe, blah, blah, blah. The song and dance that I'm going to there. And it does hold together really. This does better than the robot mode for both of these figures. I'm just ready to get into some final thoughts. Some final thoughts with this set. I'd say pick it up when it goes to clearance, and it's only for those that are doing the Transformers crossovers. It is a collab, as it says right up there, and they do look good on the turntable like this, and it'll probably be how I display them with the rest of the stuff downstairs. Is the roboticized mech robot modes. They're not the strongest, but I mean, anyway, to each his own. However you want to display your stuff, I mean, display it, whatnot. I like these collabs regardless of how sucky they are. Obviously I keep getting them and stuff. This could have been done so much better. This and like the timelines thing, those things well, Timelines wasn't I don't think that was a collab. I think it's just them doing something from the comic books and putting it in as a Pulse exclusive. But there is my point therein. The deluxe size class, doesn't matter if it's this or as a collab, the Timelines as a comic to figure kind of thing for Hasbro, and or the Studio Series and the deluxe class, they lose articulation, they hollow the stuff out, and I'm just not a fan of that, man. They really need to rethink that stuff through. Third parties are crushing it everywhere, and I didn't realize how much I really do appreciate the Turtle Party Wallet from last year, and the Knight Rider was just a dream come true. I'm hoping that we get an A-Team van in the not too distant future, Airwolf and the other stuff, Street Hawk. I'm rattling off stuff and getting off topic and base. For not knowing this was coming, I mean, I was surprised to see it showing up as fast as it did in the store. And like I said, I can only recommend for those that are Transformers crossover collab completionist. For a lot, that's an easy pass, but if you play the cards right, you might be able to get it for cheaper when it does go to a sale. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching, and that's going to wrap up the Sonic the Hedgehog Transformers 2025 collab from Hasbro. Thanks again for watching. Y'all have an excellent day out there. Till all are one.